The rain battered the windows of the small coffee shop as Daniel Michaels stared out into the storm, his fingers absently tracing circles on his lukewarm cup. Life, he thought, was a never-ending rush, a race he had been running ever since he could remember. A partner at a major law firm, Daniel measured his worth by his wins, his bank account, and his ability to provide. Success, he believed, was all about results. Today, he had rushed out of another meeting, missed another school play, and broken yet another promise. His 12-year-old son, Jake, had been waiting on the sidewalk, his backpack soaked, his small hand gripping a crumpled program from the play Daniel never saw. Daniel sighed heavily. "Let's grab some food, buddy. We'll celebrate, just you and me." Jake smiled faintly and followed his father inside the coffee shop. The place was nearly empty, except for an elderly man sitting alone at a corner table, carefully folding paper cranes. His clothes were worn, and his hands trembled slightly with each fold. A small cardboard sign beside him read, "Homeless. We'll trade paper cranes for kindness." Jake's eyes widened as he watched the man. Daniel, however, barely noticed, his mind preoccupied with emails and deadlines. He scrolled on his phone, tapping furiously, missing the way Jake quietly walked over to the old man. "Hi, sir," Jake said shyly. "Your cranes are beautiful." The man smiled warmly, his face lighting up. "Thank you, young man. Would you like one?" Jake nodded eagerly. "Can I make one with you?" Daniel looked up, annoyed. "Jake, come back here. Let's just order and go." His voice was sharp, cutting through the soft hum of the coffee shop. But Jake didn't move. He was sitting beside the man now, clumsily folding paper, laughing when he got it wrong, beaming when he got it right. After a few minutes, he handed Daniel a wobbly crane. "This is for you, Dad," Jake said proudly. "It's a good luck crane." Daniel forced a smile, still impatient. "Thanks, buddy. Now let's get going." Jake hesitated, then turned back to the man. "Sir, are you hungry? We have money. We can get you a sandwich or something." The man's eyes welled up. He nodded, almost too overwhelmed to speak. Daniel watched stunned. His son, the boy he often worried was too sensitive, too soft, had seen a human being where he had seen an obstacle. Jake didn't hesitate, didn't calculate. He just cared. In that moment, Daniel's phone buzzed again, a reminder of a conference call. Without thinking, he switched it off. He walked up to the counter and ordered 3 hot meals. The 3 of them sat together, sharing food, stories, and laughter. Daniel learned that the man's name was Walter. He had been a teacher once, had a family once, had dreams once. Life had been cruel, but he had held on to his kindness, folding cranes to pass the time, believing that somewhere, somehow, small acts of beauty still mattered. By the time the rain stopped, Daniel felt lighter, freer than he had in years. As they stood to leave, Jake hugged Walter tightly. "I hope things get better for you," Jake whispered. Walter smiled, placing a tiny, perfect crane into Jake's hand. "They already have." Driving home, Daniel glanced at Jake, who was humming softly in the passenger seat, holding the paper crane like a treasure. Daniel realized that all the lessons he had chased in boardrooms and books paled in comparison to what his son had taught him in one rainy afternoon. Success wasn't about what you achieved. It was about who you lifted, who you remembered, who you loved. From that day on, Daniel made different choices. He still worked hard, but he never let the important things, the truly important things, slip away again. And every morning, before heading out into the world, Daniel would pick up the little paper crane sitting on his desk, a daily reminder that sometimes the greatest lessons come from the smallest hands.